Before there was the Metro, there was the Chemin de Fer de la Petite Ceinture, or the Little Belt Railway, a circular steam engine railroad which surrounded and connected the entire city of Paris during the second half of the 19th century. Over the next 100 years, Paris would extend itself far beyond the reach of La Petite Ceinture, and with the success of electricity, the Little Belt and all its stations would be forgotten, abandoned to time, to nature, and creative soldiers armed with their weapon of choice to create Paris's most modern art.
I know there has to be a reason, but no, I don't know why. With all this dust collecting the moon and you and I said
first train was in 1852. Just to give you an idea of what life was like back then, a lot of pointy shoes, stovetop hats, haberdashery, corsets, hoop skirts, right? One of those coming back. But then, up until modern dentistry, people used to die of their teeth. Ugh, brutal. From the middle of the 19th century then, for an entire generation of Parisians, the quickest way to get around town, not this, this.
we could stand on a meteor shower.
Built under the empire of Napoleon III. No, not the tiny maniacal cutthroat. His nephew, another one. Originally used to transfer troops across the city in case of an attack, La Petite Ceinture soon began to transfer Parisians in case of gainful employment. Imagine you're standing on a platform waiting for your train to take you to work. Now imagine that train is a steam engine, rattling by 6 times an hour in both directions. All aboard! Tickets, please. How cool would that be? Well, it wouldn't have been cool. Back then it would have been normal. Just like dying at the age of 42 and a half. That's right. If you had reached the age of 43, you had officially passed the average life expectancy of the time and be looking forward to, how should I say it, terminal station? So yeah. I got that going for me, which is nice. As I was saying before, no way to see a dentist back in 1850. There simply weren't any. You have a toothache, you go down and see the barber. Or even better, the blacksmith. He'll yank it for you, along with all the good ones if you want. Preventative care, it was called. Ah, the good old days. J'accuse! Oh!
En revanche, c'est vous qui êtes condamné, monsieur.
Back to the present. You've made it to Paris, and now you know La Petite Ceinture is literally all around. But how do you find it? Well, sometimes you have to look up.
Yeah, I took a picture in the end.
And sometimes you have to look down.
Yeah, anytime that I feel alone.
Be careful though.
Put my
While some
face
parts
in
of the
my
tracks have been
bag.
transformed into parks for children and families, most of what remains has been fenced off from the public, with no easy, not to mention legal, access. Which is entirely in the public interest. I mean, let's face it, one can only imagine the type of riffraff that would be attracted to such a special place, let alone the things they'd get into.
Just kidding, acting.
No one told me it'd be this way.
Oh,
That I would spend
Things we do for love.
an entire day.
Of course, most of the prime real estate has been sold by the city to the highest bidder.
Oh no.
usually financial institutions, to be paved over and turned into banks. This is exactly what happened to Rome. It was covered in banks, sacked, buried, dug up, and covered again with banks. You may have noticed the same phenomenon in your city. Banks, ruin, banks. With the added addition of Starbucks. And so it goes. But I don't know. At least these days we have dentists. And because of that, 4 or 5 more decades of being able to enjoy places like this. Let alone having teeth. I don't know. Sometimes I think it's better to just get a job in a bank and enjoy a fancy coffee while the whole thing just ups and disappears. But then I remember how young we are and how old the planet is. And the scorched earth of our adolescence becomes more of a trial than a curse. We'll make it. Courage, as they say in France. Gambare, as they say in Japan. Take it easy, a wise man once intoned from my country. I think it was Andrew Jackson. No, Jackson Brown. Well, here we are. As you can see, the city has taken great care to protect us from these tunnels, all of which are very long, very dark, and many of which are full of rats. Unfortunately for me, there's a hole in this one. And my cameraman is convinced we can make it through. What is he, 14? Let's go. So, if you're going to go into these tunnels, definitely have one of these. Not that it's going to do anything. Another thing you should know, some of these tunnels have access to the catacombs. If you don't know what catacombs are, we probably shouldn't talk about that right now. Are we doing this? Well, here we are in the tunnel, deep, about that deep. And I gotta be honest with you, I've forgotten why we're doing this. Whoa, what was that? Oh, that was me, sorry. Wait, dude, wait. What the? Wait, what the? Dude, it's a tunnel, baby.
Get away.
You get away. Wait, dude, wait. Whoa, awesome skull. Awesome tunnel skull. Wait, who paints skulls in tunnels? Matthew, still there? Dude? Well, that was ridiculously terrifying. And awesome. But that took us 20 minutes. Civilization. Paris. Let's go.
If we can't see it in the light, depending on the time we're on it, we can dream it in the night, waking up on Paris morning. If we never get together somebody else, maybe I should write a letter, send it off to myself.
Like any city, Paris is a story. And we make it up every day. With hope, history, sophistication, sound and fury, and discovery. Some of us are more than halfway through the journey, some of us are just starting out. As individuals, we all reach the end of the line. But as a human family, the track is a circle. A little belt.
Maybe there should be I knew your heart was sweet. I'd find a way to keep it.
Here we go again.